I'm Dexter. I drive a 2015 GMC Canyon SLE model.
I'm Tyler. I drive a 03 Toyota Sequoia Limited.
We're going to be doing a walk around video talking about different parts that we have installed for off-roading and overlanding. So 2015 GMC Canyon, we got the chassis unlimited bumper with a Smitty built steel cable. 9,500 pounds is what it's rated. I may go up to synthetic rope, just depending. Apparently it's supposed to be easier to maintain, so we will try that. We're running rough country pods right now. We got 6 of them throughout the front bumper. That chassis unlimited allows you to hold in there. The bumper so far has looked great. It's held up well so far. It's been the latest addition to the truck. It looks nice. It gives me a way better approach angle than the factory grill, or the factory bumper, so that's great. I got this with a Heist. It's an aftermarket grill with a Heist 22-inch curved light bar. It fits in very well. No trimming needed. I think it came with a 20-inch straight, but went with the 22-inch curved, and that's worked well. Onto the side of the truck, we're running Falcon AT3s on there right now. Those are around 31 inches. Since we put the suspension lift on there, more of a leveling kit than a lift, but it has given us some room, some clearance up front. And of course the bumpers gave us clearance, so we're going to go back with a different wheel package, hopefully going to a black chrome, either black Rhino or XD series wheel, and we'll go with a probably 33 to 34 inch tire and get us a bigger tire. Either go back with the Falcon Wild Peaks, they've worked out well, or we will move up to like a KO2 or something. So that's still up in the air. Onto the side, we'll talk about the bed rack first. Fully adjustable bed rack. It's a RCI bed rack. I was thinking about going up to a full-size truck, so I got the fully adjustable. It's made for a 5-foot bed, but will work with any bed you can put it on. Right here we got the Tread TRED 4x4 from ARBs. So far they've worked out well for helping with the recovery. Used them I think 4 or 5 times now for different stuff, helping me out and helping other people out. So they've worked really well. Tepui Altana 3 Explorer, great tent. We may do a setup video with that at another time, and we may even do a comparison video with Tyler's. He's got a Tough Stuff Overland tent, same exact setup, just a different brand, different price. We'll do a video on that, go over what we like and dislike about both. Road shower on this side, Road Shower 4, 7-gallon tank, pressurized up to 25 psi, I believe. Like I said, it's got a little temperature. It says it's 86. It's a great water holder, good for dishes around camp, good for cleaning up after a rough day out in the woods. Even spraying down the truck if you really need to. So like I said, it's 7 gallons of water, pressurized, and it works out well. We can do a video on that later, and we may even do a comparison video to the water port against that and what we like and dislike about both. The water port seems a little bit more portable, as this needs to be mounted. As far as upgrades coming next, we're looking at wheels and tires, just to give it a different look. Might even upgrade the suspension again to a BDS suspension lift. It's like 5.5 inches in the front, 3 in the back. So we may do that next, or we may even go up to the roof rack next for more storage space and everything. So far everything's worked out well. It's coming along nicely. Still got plenty of things left to do.
I drive the 03 Sequoia Limited. As far as armor, I might look into that. There's not a lot of fab companies that offer much aftermarket parts for the Sequoia, but there is a few, and they are pricey, but I'm sure it's worth it, better than this stock bumper. And as you can see, I got scuffs on it, but that's okay. Aftermarket headlights and fogs, just some Amazon ones, 6000K. Got some Baja Designs Squadron Sports with Ragu Fad mounts on it. For front of suspension, we have camber upper control arms with a 1.25 inch uniball. We have a Toy Tech 3/4 inch spacer on top, aluminum. Then we have Bilstein 5100, and then a Old Man Emu spring. As for tires and rims, I'm running a Cooper Discover 315 7017 STT Pro. Been pretty good so far. It was hard to get these in. It's closer to a 35 inch tire. As you can see, a lot of trimming on the side, metal trimming, plastic bumper trimming. Would be a lot easier with an aftermarket front bumper, but I'm also running 1.25 inch Spider Track spacers in the front. I had a problem with rubbing on the frame, so I had to buy those to clear that. And Moto Metal daggers, 17x9, negative 12 millimeter offset. It's a little dirty right now, but it shines up. I got a Tough Stuff Overland Ranger. It's a up to 3-person tent. It's been pretty good, great material. Only downfall would be the ladder is not telescopic, and it being this high up, it has a problem reaching the ground, so I have to use bricks to mount the ladder. But other than that, it's pretty good. Got a Flowmaster 40 series exhaust with a 4-inch tip on the back. Sounds pretty good. And in the rear, I just have Old Man Emu 3-inch heavy springs and a Old Man Emu rear shock. Alright, so in the back, I'm running a 3-inch Old Man Emu spring and shock. A little longer travel for that shock in the back, nothing crazy. Brakes, I'm running R1 Concepts, drilled and slotted rotors and ceramic brake pads. That's been my latest aftermarket installment. Been pretty good so far. My old brakes were warped, so a lot of throwing me around when I'm braking, so this has been good for that. Yeah, try to get a aftermarket front bumper in the future with a winch and maybe a rear locker, and that's all I can think of right now. Maybe a roof rack, but those can be pretty expensive for these, but I'd like to get that eventually. I'm running just actually Harbor Freight rails right now, 4 of them, and they've been pretty strong holding this rooftop tent up, but that's all I can think of right now.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for the 2 vehicles. We'll do some more comparison videos if anybody wants to see that. We can also do a truck versus SUV for off-roading. There's pros and cons to both. Obviously he's got a huge SUV, so plenty of room to put anything you want to stay dry while we're going camping. And then you got the truck, you can throw firewood and stuff in. And there's pros and cons to having, you know, a truck, and there's pros and cons to having the SUV. So if y'all want to see a separate video on that, just leave a comment on it on this video, or if you want to see the comparison videos next. We also run a Viair pump. That's what we air up with. That's pretty one of the common.
Just attaches right to your battery.
It's a common thing we use, common tool we use. One of the more common tools we use. Other than that, that's pretty much it. What you see is what you get with it. We have everything out that we use for overlanding and for off-roading. We're going to spend the rest of the day driving around up here in the North Georgia mountains.